Hi guys. All right, so first of all, let me just apologize for all of the delays in videos coming out and things like that, but we've been up to several different things, several different projects going on, and didn't want to put out a bunch of short, like 5-minute videos. And so this is going to be a little bit of a compilation. You will see us building some feeders. They're PVC pipe feeders that we built for our chickens. You'll see that in here in a few minutes. But then you'll also see me working on installing a nesting box for our chicken pen. Now, the nesting box is way bigger than what we needed, but it's something we already had, and I was able to retrofit it and make it work for what we're doing. But we're only able to have 6 chickens here where we're living at right now. We're in an HOA in a township that only allows 6 chickens and no roosters. So eventually we'll have more than that when we get moved somewhere else down the road, but we don't know how long that be. You know, that may be a year, that may be 10 years. We don't know how long that'll be. We kind of leave that up into God's hands. But right now where we're at, that's all we can have. And so our pen is more than big enough for 4 or 5 times that. And then the nesting boxes actually are probably enough for 4 or 5 times that. But I was able to retrofit it, and I'll show you all that and kind of explain the repairs that I made to it. But it was something that we had and I didn't have to build, so we went with that. I want to show you real quick, this is the garage. This is one of the projects we've been working on. I've started doing a lot of woodworking and making home decor and other things, and so you guys will see some of those pictures on our Facebook page. We debuted them in our last video, some of the things that I've been making. I'm actually gearing up for a craft show called Christmas on the Frisco here in Willard that will be going on. I got an email from somebody that's helping put that together and invited me to come and set up as a vendor there. So we'll be doing that. But we are starting to set up the garage as a workshop. You can kind of pan behind me and see that we started getting some stuff set up. I was able to go, we have a storage unit down in the Joplin area, and it was packed full, and I was only able to get, my trailer and my pickup were full, and I got about half of what was in that unit. So we've got quite a few things in there, but I was able to get the bulk of my tools. I've still got a few things in there, but I was able to get the bulk of them. So we've been really just kind of working on setting up a workbench and tools and stuff. I've got this tool cabinet back here that we've been utilizing. That's our newest project that I'm working on. I know it's kind of cluttered up right now, but that's one of those wavy flags. That's a gift for my father-in-law, but we are going to be making those to sell as well. So, and then I got a drill press over here as well, and a couple of mechanic toolboxes. We put some shelves up over there. We've been collecting some lumber and stuff as well for different projects. So lots been going on with all of that. So anyways, like I said, here in just a moment, I'm going to show you some footage of us putting together these PVC feeders that the chickens will use that we made. Those 2 feeders will hold, I think, about 40 to 50 pounds of feed. So you'll see that here in just a moment. How about right now? So we are making chicken feeders. That's what this whole thing is. I don't know if you can see all of it. Memory can back up a little bit. But basically what we're going to do is these will be mounted inside the pen, and we can feed these with chicken feed and scratch into these containers right here. And we've got a threaded cap that'll go in, and so we put the feed in here, and we can thread this in here, and that'll keep the water out when it rains, so it'll keep everything dry. And then it'll gravity feed down to there, and the chickens will be able to just reach in and peck down there. So we're going to make 2 of these. Between the 2 of them, it ought to hold between 40 and 50 pounds of feed. All right, so what I'm doing is we put primer on here. The primer actually cleans, I got the glue on me. The primer actually cleans the outside of the PVC, allowing for the bond to actually take place with the glue. So you want to take that cleaner and do the inside of this piece and the outside of that piece, and then you want to let the primer dry. It just takes a few seconds. You can blow on it, speeds it up, and then you put the glue on there. And then when you put the glue on, you want to put your fitting on Get it in there and then give it about a quarter turn and hold it and count to about 20. Okay, that's good. All right, Peyton, if you'll hold that straight up. Make sure you keep your hand out of the way so this doesn't drip down on your hand, okay? It'll dye your hand. This stuff will dye you. Now, the glue I'm using does dry PVC. The primer will work underwater, but the glue won't. You can buy glue that will work underwater, but I didn't have any with me. So make sure your parts are dry whenever you're doing this. Just trying to line it up, make sure it's kind of even with my pipe. Yep, we're good. Okay, last step. Now it's on there. Peyton, if you hold that up. Oh.
It turned out well.
This stuff is caustic. You don't want to get it on your skin. It won't hurt you bad, but if you get it on there, you're going to want to wash it off as quick as possible. You're not going to get it all out. That purple dye will dye your hand. Now it's important to note that when you get the glue for your pipe, they make a kind for PVC and a kind for CPVC. You want to make sure that you do not get the kind for CPVC. It will not work on this pipe. Now, this is not pressurized. It's not going to be under water pressure or anything like that. So I'm not that concerned about it. Hold that up good. I just want to make sure it stays watertight. I don't want rain getting in it and stuff like that. So that's my concern at this point. With the prices, chicken feed and everything these days, we don't want to be wasting food by letting it get wet unnecessarily. You helping me hold it? Screw that on there. Thank you. All right, and as you can see, this is the same way. Just got a screw-in lid that will keep the water out. So these are all parts you can get at your local hardware store. We went to Lowe's. It's just easier for us. We've got a little True Value here. True Value would probably have it. Ace Hardware, depending on the size of the store and the size of the town you're in, would probably have these parts as well. But this, I went with some drainage pipe fittings. This is drainage pipe. These fittings are schedule 40. The drain pipe is only, I think, a schedule 20, which is just refers to the thickness of the pipe itself. I went with a lighter weight, pretty much honestly just because it was half the cost. It didn't matter. I didn't need anything that was going to be extra durable. This is plenty strong enough. It's going to hold up. And like I said, with these, and I cut these at 4-foot lengths. So what I've got is a sweeping elbow here that has a female end and a male end, and then I put this 45 on here, so this goes onto the male end, and that created this cup. And if you notice, it doesn't quite use straight up. We don't want that because we don't want water getting in there and settling, and we don't want the chickens reaching over top and trying to eat their food. It also won't feed as well. With this kind of a beveled edge, just kind of angled out, it's going to feed a lot better. Chickens don't have to reach quite as high, and it'll keep the rain and elements out a lot better. So we've got these all together. You watched some of that a while ago. We are going to put these up against this fence right here. So I'm going to use good old-fashioned, we call it plumber's tape, but you can see it's this metal strapping. Plumbers use this like underneath your house to kind of hang pipes, and they'll lower them or raise them based upon the elevation of the pipe for drainage purposes with drain pipe. But I just tell you, everybody talks about duct tape. This is a farmer's best friend. You want to make sure you have some of this around. We're going to use this and strap both of these pipes to this. Peyton, if you would, get that other pipe over there and bring it around. We'll strap both of them together. There you go. This stuff is really easy to break in those pliers. It's not easy to break for like strength wise, as far as like animals being able to bang it around or anything like that, but it is easy for you. You don't have to have 10 snaps or anything like that. Once you figure out the length you need, I'm gonna give myself just a little bit extra here, but you find one of these holes, like one of the wider holes like that, and you just bend it. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but you put your pliers on there and you put your crease right there in the middle of that hole, and then begin bending it back and forth. You can do it with your hands. It's a little easier work with pliers, but once you get it going and weakened up, it doesn't take much. Just bend it back and forth until it breaks. You can feel the metal kind of getting hot. That's the friction building up in the metal, but it breaks off like that. And then you've got a metal strap like that that'll hold it in place. So all we're going to do is we're going to set them up like that vertical, right up next to this 4x4. Get those like that. Peyton, I need some screws. Okay, that's it. So we'll be able to just unscrew those. We can feed our, like scoop our feed out and put them down inside here after we take these caps out. And then after that, it'll be full up, and we should be, I'm guessing, probably about 2 weeks or more with these two full up with just 6 chickens. So more on that once we bring the chickens in and feed these up, and we'll kind of track that and let you guys know how well that does. But these are 4 foot long, to give you a reference, and it's a I think I went with 4-inch pipe. Double check here. Yeah, it's 4-inch PVC pipe, drain pipe. So that'll kind of give you an idea of what the quantity is that it'll hold. Next is a video of me putting up our nesting boxes inside of our chicken pen, where they're going to be at once we get them. And I'll kind of explain to you the repairs that I made to it and what we're utilizing, how we're utilizing, and that kind of thing. and that's coming right now. We are out here. Hi, Sarah. Hey, check out Doc. There's our little boy down there. He is how old now?
I don't know. Like 2, 3?
No. He's older than that. We got him when we were in Poto, so he's, I don't know, probably close to 7 years old. He's a full-blooded black lab, and he's all boy. He has a lot of fun. He gets a lot in trouble. But anyways, we are out here at the new chicken pen that we built. You guys, if you haven't seen that video, you want to go back and check that one out. Doc, stay out here. But you want to check all of that out. And we got this cage here to keep him out. But the chicken pen is going to be right here. You guys see a roof there, and we sloped it to where it goes down and down this way as well, so all the water will run down here. Eventually, we're going to put in a rain catchment system to catch the water off of this, so that it will be automatic watering to the chickens. But this is the nesting box that I was telling you about. Let me switch this camera around. All right, so there's the nesting box. It's a nice big one. There's 6 holes to it. We've boxed in this one and put a door on it. Let me show that to you real quick. We put a door on it. We got a latch around here, but we did this, and we thought this would be a good place to put medicines and maybe a set of pliers for repairing chicken wire and just different things like that. And we thought it'd be a good way to store that on that end. Like I said, there's more than the boxes we need. With only 6 chickens, we really only need maybe 2 or 3 boxes at most. 2 would be plenty probably. So gotta watch my head on this roof. So we're planning on mounting this box right there on that back wall, right on the fence, and we're going to put some blocks underneath it as well to take the weight off of it. Run some screws into the back of it into the wood, but it's going to mount right there on that back wall of this pen, giving them all of this room in here to stay in the dry, and their fruit will be over here. We'll set up a watering system, like I said, right over here. For now, I'm not sure exactly how that's going to be built, but eventually I want to be able to tie in a rain catchment system to that. So stand by and watch us as we put this nesting box up on the fence. All right, guys, so mounting this up here, first thing I got to do is I got to take this screw out of this board and get it out of the way. I'm betting it's about where we're going to end up mounting it. Put that over there for now. And what we're going to do is, I've got 3 blocks here. We're going to try and level this out as best as possible, and set this on like 3 blocks over here and maybe 2 over there, or 4 here and 3 there. I don't know yet, but we'll work it out. But the goal is to get that mounted up on to this. I want to get into this 2x4 with it, because these fence pickets, first of all, they're older and prone to wearing out with screw holes. So, but also, if at any point in time we want to replace the fence pickets, or need to, if they bust or something like that on it, we can still take them off on the outside without having to take the nesting box down with it mounted in the 2x4. So that's kind of what my plan is to get it mounted to where the top of it comes up to about like this, and that'll get it up off the ground as well. It's not going to stop a rat, snake, or anything, but we don't want it down on the ground. We don't want it where bugs are crawling into it, and worms and other critters and stuff like that can burrow up into it. So that's kind of the plan for now, is to just get it up off the ground a little bit, and the birds can get up in there without any problem. So that's kind of what we're doing. You got it? That may be good. No. The ground slopes a little bit here, so. Are we wanting it all the way in the back corner? Or do we want it in the middle?
I would rather have it in the middle.
Well, that sets too high. No. It's about, it looks like about a 2 or 3 inch drop there. So,
Get the shovel and
once you get, so you can find a shovel. They're all in the corner of the garage. Oh, there's one right there. I see it, just over the end of the rabbit pen. These are just some landscape timbers that we had here when we bought the house, so they're just extras. We weren't using them for anything. We thought about building like a fire pit with them, but I think I'm gonna build it a different way. So these are free. So free is always nice when you're doing homesteading. Here, give me that. Y'all shorties, you guys can be in here and not hurt yourselves. I stand up and it hurts. That's why I'm sitting down in the chair a lot. It ain't because I'm lazy. I'm tired of hitting my head on this roof. Doc's like, I want to do it.
just wondering what we're bringing next.
Looks pretty level, doesn't it?
Now the other side looks too.
I don't think so. That's pretty good. All right, look at that. You want to bring that box over here? Here, let me see that. All right, you want to help your mom? Probably take 2 of you. Oh, she woman. Don't cut me now. What is that? She-Ra? He-Man and She-Ra?
You mean a
She-Ra. Yeah, we call you She-Ra. There you go, camera girl.
It was too high on that side.
No, it's not. That board goes down. It's
Oh.
almost level. Problem is it didn't get me as high as I wanted to be because I wanted it up on that 2x4. I can get into it here, but he's trying to get in.
He's digging it because he likes that little water thingy.
He's trying to get in here.
He wants to come in and play. So,
I was wanting to get it up, like
well, we have more of those.
that right there.
If I hold it and let you screw it in, then we can support it by however. You think one more each?
Let's put another block in there. We need 2 more blocks. I'll hold that.
Hey, sit.
Stay, Doc. He's good. Come on in. Stay, boy.
No, get down, sit.
You gotta stay. You gotta stay out here. You can't go in. That's not your play place.
All right, sit. All right. We can get it up. Yeah. So here, hold that in there. I want it right about there.
Either way.
Where's the camera?
All right. Sitting on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sitting on it.
That works about perfect right there.
Is it high enough on this end for you to get into that?
Yeah, should be.
Get
Now I'm just gonna drill some pilot holes in this back wall through the metal because I'm using some short deck screws, but I want to get through the metal so that I don't have to wear my screws out trying to go through the metal. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. That's all we have for you today. Be checking hopefully next week or two. We should be getting the chickens, and we'll be able to bring you a video about that and an update on the rabbits at that time. Thanks, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button.